What's up? Welcome to this week's extended discussion. Yeah.
This is extended.
About to erupt. Poof, volcano.
Wow.
I need that LeBron talk. I am representing my Cavaliers today. I got Jarrett Allen, a.k.a. Ferret Allen, on.
I am representing SpongeBob.
And the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
That's a spooky shirt.
It's a cool shirt. I like it. So I was thinking, just as this was starting.
Yes.
You know, it'd be a cool reaction video.
What would be a cool reaction video?
Like watching like a horror movie. Like I've never seen Don't Look Up. Maybe you could watch like a clip from that or something.
That's not a horror movie.
It's not.
No.
Feels like it's horror.
It's I think it's dark comedy.
Oh, is it?
It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. He's not in a horror movie. Come on.
Leonardo.
Are we talking about the same movie here with the asteroid?
I've never seen Don't Look Up.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is.
It's
I assumed it was horror.
No, it's actually comedy. It's like it's satirical. It's making commentary on the world and how about people don't believe in science. When the scientist says this could kill us, it's about how people politicize that and don't take it seriously, and then we all die.
My thinking was we should do more reactions.
I like that idea. I like doing the reaction videos. If anyone remembers, on Friday the 13th, whatever month that was, maybe January?
February, I think.
February, we did a quick, it was like the top 10 kills. Charlie's, this is, it's a really good idea because you're not super familiar with a bunch of horror movies.
I'm not.
So
I'm a good guinea pig for this.
We should really just do a bunch of top death scenes. Like you know what, actually, and maybe we'll even do this tonight and put it up. I want you to react to the worst death in Terrifier 2.
Oh, no.
Actually, we might do this tonight.
Are we allowed to show
It won't
that?
be live. We showed the other one. I mean,
Okay.
we're not monetizing it.
That's true. That's true.
It's just to let people know we exist. But anyway, we got Supervolcanos. So this has been on my radar for like 2 months, and it's been in the back of my mind. And I was like, I'm so excited to do this because this is stuff that freaks me out because it really genuinely could and will eventually happen.
Liquid hot magma.
And if anyone needs to know, the Cavs are winning 52-37.
That's really good.
It is very good. We just scored again, but that's fine.
But
But anyway, I was nervous about doing this because it doesn't fit the mold of what a normal Believe in the Bizarre episode is. And even though we have like hauntings, we have cryptids, I could just see that one person out there, and I do think about that one person out there when we do this stuff. I do think about you, and they're just like, well, this isn't paranormal, and I was like, shit.
Yeah,
And
it wasn't really.
and I'm researching, and I'm like, okay, this is good. Go Cavs. But then I was like, I wonder if there's any weird stuff. I mean, Yellowstone is so large. There has to be some weird, unusual, we just scored again things that happen in Yellowstone. And I found the noises first. And I was like, okay, this is really good. I can at least pitch this at the beginning to keep you, when I'm talking about 8 on this this scale and, why it's such a super volcano and ash. I was like, okay, I'm going to mention at the top, almost like a radio person with a teaser. I'm like, oh, there's something maybe paranormal around the corner. And then to find some UFO stuff.
That's a really good question, actually.
Was Yellowstone supervolcano on Baba Vanga's radar? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it.
She had a lot of disasters on
She
there.
only went out 3,000 years.
Oh.
She didn't go out
That's a little far.
Technically, the supervolcano shouldn't erupt again for another 75,000 years. So she needed to go another 72,000. You know how long? You know how long the end of that episode would be if I would have rattled off 75,000.
Yeah.
That would be like a 3-hour episode.
Can I do a complete non sequitur?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I saw the other day they launched. By they I mean Europe, launched the first space probe to go to Jupiter.
What?
Yeah, to go to Jupiter and they wanted to circle one of the moons, orbit one of the moons for an entire year.
Wow.
I thought it was really cool.
We're about to freak some other people out. How long is that going to take for it to get to
8
Jupiter?
years.
Oh.
8 years.
Oh my goodness.
And they're going to crash it a year after it gets there. So it's going to orbit for a year, and it's going to crash. And then next year, the U.S. is sending another one. So it's going to be a tandem mission. I thought that was really cool.
Okay. I listened to a podcast recently that I don't normally listen to, and it's okay. I promise you, whatever noise that is, it's okay.
Okay, thank
and
you.
it was a interplanetary. I don't know. It's the person that plans. Like, he doesn't make the ships. He doesn't do anything like that. But he plans the routes. And it's crazy how, like, mathematically, like if you're off just the tiniest bit, like you completely miss. Like you have to be down to like the second, because since all the planets and everything are moving, if you're off just the tiniest bit, then that planet's not going to be where it's supposed to be when you put it there, and you just whiff and you waste thousands of dollars. So I think they're making something outside. Oh, it's more than thousands.
Why are they crashing? They're crashing, I think, because they can't get it back to Earth.
Yeah, that would take another 8 years.
Oh, I don't think they have the gas and stuff.
Okay. They don't have a Tesla one out there that can just... you can't plug into Jupiter?
They are using the sun, but the sun is so far away from Jupiter, it's just like a little dot. You know, it's extremely far.
I wonder, why do they pick Jupiter, do you know?
Because they think that Io and Ganymede might have the most chance for life in our galaxy besides Earth.
Okay.
Because there might be liquid water there.
Liquid. Okay. Cool. I appreciate that update.
Yeah.
And for those of you, if you're in our Facebook group, I did post the UFO video that I was referring to. But if you're not in our Facebook group, which has been bumping lately, very unusual. Like we went like 2 months, 3 months without anybody asking to be in our Facebook group.
That's a lull.
And then in the last like week, we've had like 7 or 8 people, which is cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did make a little graphic, a little video clip of that UFO sighting in Yellowstone. And I'm going to be posting that when we hop off of here.
Sorry, you called me at a bad time.
I'm sorry.
Hop off. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I
always zoom in on you when you make that face. So.
Great, thank you. I don't know if Io and Ganymede are moons of Jupiter.
You gave us enough context.
Okay.
Because at first I thought they were like trying to get supplies.
Yeah.
But then the way you said it, with life, and obviously there's no life on Jupiter.
No.
It's just a big storm.
It's huge. It's a storm that's been raging.
A long time.
A long, long time.
I don't know if you guys can hear this thing in the background, but I wonder what.
I don't know.
What tool is that?
I don't know.
Or is it a car revving?
Kind of saw.
Stable Shock. If you ever have some time, there's a YouTube channel, Kurzing Guessing kind of thing. They do a lot of research and put together a lot of scenarios. What if the moon collided with Earth? Do they? We can hear it. Yeah, if you guys know what sound that is, let us know.
I feel like that's the channel that I mentioned in the episode that got super existential for me.
Okay.
I think that might be that one.
Do they do a really good job, like what's it called, like animating it?
Yeah.
I love when a channel like this is what actually looks like if this volcano erupted.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it's not. The one I'm thinking about is like almost like a cartoon. It's interesting though.
Okay. So now that we can think again, with only half a head set, it sounds like locust. Oh, and I see. With only half a, I got you. No, it wasn't.
Locust.
Just finished watching Incantation. Good Chinese horror film. I'd recommend seeing. Okay.
What's it?
Incantation.
That sounds.
I've heard of it.
No,
I'm geeked to have you watch this death, Charlie, and we're doing it tonight, and I don't care.
I'm nervous.
I'm glad
now.
you brought it up. Has anyone in the chat seen Terrifier 2? Because if you have, you know exactly what death I'm talking about.
I always feel bad for the people that get killed. I know they're not always good people or whatever. I always feel bad when they get killed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just too empathetic.
I get that. We have another side project thing that's going to turn into a studio thing. And if you were to log into that YouTube channel, so you would see a lot of death scenes. Because sometimes I go down a rabbit hole of like, what are the worst this scene? And then it's like, oh, what are the worst Saw deaths? And maybe that says a lot about me.
Oh, boy.
But don't go on that channel. I'm playing Overwatch while watching, so I don't have both ears available.
Overwatch is my jam.
You can take Overwatch. Can
we play
precedent.
Overwatch together sometime?
So
I'd love to.
It's halftime. My Cavs are up 59-39. I'm watching it on my phone.
So Tyler is here, but he is half engaged.
Well, it's halftime. I'm fully here.
Oh, okay.
Halftime here.
Halftime.
Fully here for now. But okay, so I was really excited about this because this is just like there's like asteroid coming. There's like Earth, like the polar thing switching, which will probably be an episode.
Oh yeah.
And this like volcanoes eruptions because it would be I remember like it's nice to know like hey he just texted me the video. We'll have to check that out. Tyler, we have to go to a Cavs game too, and it might cost us an arm and a leg now they're in the playoffs, but we still have to go. But when I was really young, I didn't know if we would survive it or not. And now that like having actually did the research,
The supervolcano, it's probably not gonna happen for a good while.
well, no, let's say it happened tomorrow. Like that's it's always that understanding. Like when I was younger, I was like, oh no, this is like we could all die from this, or at least things could be really bad, and it would be very consequential. This is another tangent. Did you ever see the movie Dinosaur?
Yes.
2000.
Yeah.
With
who's in that? Do you have any idea? I have no idea.
Oh yeah.
Do you?
Who? Oh my God. The main voice actor of the main dinosaur.
The Ankylosaur, whatever it's called.
Yeah, no, he was like somebody you wouldn't expect in a different movie. I just looked it up on Wikipedia, but it doesn't matter.
What's his name?
Anyway, Dinosaur. I remember watching in theaters, and I I didn't the only thing I knew was asteroid kills dinosaurs, but we're 5 minutes in the movie, so I'm like, they can't die yet. And I just remember when the monkeys are in the tree, and then they look outside and they just start seeing the shooting stars, and I was just like, whoa. And then the huge asteroids coming, and the anxiety that I felt in my little 8-year-old heart, and then it hit, and just like that,
it was just like,
it's just like, I'm like, this is a short movie.
There was a big emphasis on eggs in that movie. Eggs and egg care for eggs.
I think the intro to it is an egg.
Yeah.
Because that's how it ended up on the Monkey Island.
Yeah. No, Texas doesn't get carried. The equivalent of Texas.
Yeah, it's not like the volcano is like taking all the ash and like
finding the border,
angling, just like just on the windmills.
Yeah.
Which would be, if Texas wanted to jump on that grenade and take one for the team, I'm sure
they could do.
Sure, there's a lot of nearby states that would appreciate that. Yeah. I got to just drive through like the hat of Texas when I went to New Mexico. So like Texas, and then there's like that little skinny hat part. I went right through it. A lot of windmills, and a lot of signs that were like, "Oh, come on over and get this 9,400 ounce steak."
All right.
And it was like free, and I was just like, "There's got to be like a little subscript."
Catch.
Yeah, but obviously I'm not gonna eat that.
How many guns did you buy in Texas?
None. I was in and out. Oh, okay. I did see a lot of stars the first night, but anyway, so is anyone in the chat like ever seen a movie like with volcanoes where there's existentialism and you're like, this could really happen, or have any other apocalyptic? I just watched Land Before Time too. I'm watching all the dinosaur movies for Joey.
A Land Before Time movie? I don't know which one, but I know there's one with a volcano. I'm sure. I am sure of that.
Yeah.
Probably 27.
Have you seen the movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones?
Mm-mm.
Traumatic death scene. And if anybody's seen Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, you know what I'm talking about. Do you want me to describe it to you?
Sure, you can.
Okay, so there's a subway station. It's New York, or I think it's New York. So it's like that everyman's hero, right? Construction worker, blue collar. I take my lunch pail to work, and I eat the same damn thing every day.
Okay. Okay.
He's got that accent. I don't know why.
Yeah, because Manhattan is known to have volcanoes near it.
Yes. It could have been Chicago. I don't fucking know. Well, but anyway, so they're in this train, right? And this lava's flowing in from the train, and they need to get out of the trolley car and leave the subway system. But one of the guys is unconscious, so the hero takes the guy on his back, and he's like, he's heavy, he's had a couple too many sandwiches, so he's walking like this, and the lava all of a sudden gets underneath the subway car. So now there is the guy in the subway, lava, and then the other workers, right?
Yeah.
So what he does is he jumps Dante's Peak. That's the one where the grandma burns up in the acid water pushing the boat.
Ooh,
but anyway, so the guy's got the guy on his back, the construction worker or whatever, jumps, throws the guy to safety, lands smack dab in the lava, and you watch him sink in. It's not. I thought he had empathy.
The way you just, I was thinking, I was like, he's gonna throw him into lava.
No,
there's no way he's gonna
like,
throw them into
too
lava.
much. No. He jumped, and by the way, this dude, if it was the combine, 0 hops, but he jumps, throws the guy forward to safety, lands straight in the lava, feet first, and then just sinks in like this.
Oh.
And I think there's people in the comment section that was like, yeah, that's not how lava works. But in this movie, for dramatic effect, he completely, died a hero. But yeah, Dante's Peak was good too. But anyway, That's something that I feel passionately about. It's something that
Volcanoes.
terrifies me.
Yeah.
That's why I love being in Ohio. We got nothing here. We got nothing. We occasionally will have
No.
a tornado, and that's
Yeah.
rare. It's rare.
Lake effect
Thankfully.
snow. If you live by.
The danger with lake effect snow are drivers. It's not even the snow.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why it's nice. And we have seasons.
Yeah,
Has
it's just a
seasons.
pretty incredible thing that is bound to happen. We
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of good science research on this episode.
The good thing about it is that even if people wouldn't listen, there would be so many people warning us. Like, it wouldn't just be like the
There would
website here or there going for clickbait. Like,
You
there'd be
would
so
hear it. That's what's crazy.
yeah, like there'd be so much activity, and thankfully where we're at.
You
would
asked
be-
me what would I do if it was going to happen tomorrow. What would you do?
I don't know. My answer is always go to Tyler's house, who's in this chat, but that's more like zombie stuff. I don't know if
Yeah.
his house would be. It's not even his house anymore. Technically, his parents' house.
That'd be kind of weird to show up at his parents' house.
I think it'd be okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Tyler, I'm taking you over. Pack up the cows.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I would probably see what people were suggesting, like if they were suggesting you stay put, or if they were suggesting you go to like the East Coast, you know.
It's Mario. You stay put.
Don't go. I don't know. I guess I would probably, I don't know.
It's a me.
I probably would get a really good deal on a flight to like California. I've never been to California, so I'd probably get a good deal on the flight.
I don't know if you could actually, but I doubt they would. I feel like they'd cancel flights.
Well, then I guess I'd stay put.
Yeah.
Did you say what event? I was supposed to ask you, but I can't remember what you said. Was there an event that you, like an apocalyptic event? What did you say?
Yeah, meteors. Because we had the whole
Meteor.
conversation about the seeking a friend for the end of the earth or whatever.
That's right. That's right. Meteors are so scary because you could see it, right? Like this volcano is
Yeah.
like you'd feel it in the rumbling, but like you would see.
You would see it.
You would see it coming.
It'd be
And
so far
Don't
away.
Look Up did a really good job at that. It was
By
very-
the time you could see it, it would be way too late.
What's the one with Tia Leone? Some massive tidal wave that wipes out a large area.
Is that 2012?
It might be 2012. There's
Or
2012.
is that the one with the Statue of Liberty that's frozen?
That's the day after tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
is
don't.
that that
I don't
one?
think that's a tidal wave.
It's not.
Geostorm is a really good.
I've not seen Geostorm.
Have you seen this new Evil Dead trailer?
Yeah.
Dude, there is no warning. Like, listen, I love horror, obviously, but that I feel like there's so many kids and stuff on Facebook, and
I watched it one time on accident. I was like, oh no.
it's the eyes. It's all the mom's eyes. Like, boom.
Yeah. Actually, I went to go see Renfield.
Oh yeah, with Nicolas Cage.
It was a lot of fun.
Was it?
But they played that trailer as they're like walking in. I was just like, ugh.
No, I'm not looking.
And they're like, "Mommy's with the maggots." I was like, ah.
What was it? Okay, so Supervolcano. If anyone has any thoughts about a volcano, feel free to throw them in the chat. But let's move on to these noises over the lake. Let's spend a couple minutes on that.
I feel like I went really hard on those sound effects.
Yeah,
I tried to.
I liked it. I can only imagine how weird and creepy and unsettling that must be.
I feel like I would sit down for at least an hour trying to figure out what that was. Trying to recreate it, trying to figure out what it could have been.
And it's short too, and it doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
Like, it's not like if you go to the lake, you're guaranteed to hear this crazy sound, and it happens closer to winter, so there's probably less people around.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I wonder why closer to winter. I feel like there's just something about like the air is colder in winter, but it's like more clear. I
Well,
don't know.
yeah, it is clear. It's less humid.
Yeah.
So there's less like water resistance if you think of it that way. And also there's less leaves around
Yeah.
to stop sounds like that. So
I want to get sponsored by Stanley. I'm a big Stanley water fan now. I don't know if anybody's got a Stanley water.
Ooh, what's that? Stanley?
Stanley.
Like
Look
Stanley
at this
Steamer?
thing.
Is that
Yeah.
a sheep?
It's a bear, I think, with wings.
Okay.
Now, I'm not telling this story. We have a Patreon segment called Beyond the Bizarre. Whenever we record that, I'll tell you my water story. I have too many of these by accident.
I want to get sponsored by Hint.
Hint?
Hint.
What is that?
It's a new flavored water.
Hit them up. Be like, I use it every day. And then I'll hit up Mio, and then our ads will fight.
Mio and Hint.
Mio versus Hint.
Hint. Well, Hint I know has Scared to Death, and they also have Last Podcast.
I don't know if Mio has anyone. They don't need anyone. They're
Yeah.
kind of superior.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know about that. They're definitely well known. I don't like Mios because it's either way too much or just not enough.
You know it's all about how much you squeeze, right? It's
I
kind of
know.
on your squeeze game.
Well, I'm just saying.
What do we got? All I could think was Stanley Steemer's carpet cleaners. Yeah.
Me too.
That's fair. So these weird noises, like, I wonder what the ratio is of people who know what it is and like go there and expect to hear it versus people who just have no idea what they just heard.
I would imagine it's much higher of people not knowing what they just heard.
Yeah, it's not like I didn't know about it until I researched it. Did you know about it?
No.
I didn't. I'll be honest. I mean, you would assume there's a lake there. I didn't inherently know that there was a lake.
I mean, considering that it's like
the hottest lake,
it's become well, they're hot springs.
That's,
there are hot springs there.
I still like that idea of everyone taking a couple. I know it's ice.
Ice.
It's ice.
Ice.
Cool.
That's kind of like what Futurama talked about in their global warming episode.
I don't remember that one.
They drop a ice cube in the ocean to combat global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so then let's move on to UFOs. There's a couple Reddit stories which are worth a grain of salt, but always very entertaining. We love going to Reddit. It's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And you always get those low-key, like once you find a Reddit story or find a YouTube video, it's always worth it to spend 5 minutes in the comment section. Because you'll get that person who, like, either had their memory jogged or they just don't feel like making their own post. They just want to piggyback on your post. And they're like, oh, actually, I have an experience. And their experience is longer than the original post. And I'm like, all right. And then we had a video of a UFO, which is literally looks like it was taken with an iPhone 4.
Yeah, it looked really bad. But also, I do think it might have been ball lightning. Thinking back.
I think that'll be something I'll pitch. When I post that video, I'll show you that video before we get it out. I'll post it and I'll ask people if they think it's ball lightning or UFO, and there's no in between.
Yeah.
That's it. It's got to be one of the two. I know you liked the one with the triangle. Like,
I do like
how
that
do you
idea.
picture the triangle? Do you picture like upright or like flat? Like, how do you picture it?
Flat, like going over.
That would be crazy.
Like
that
blocking out stars. Kind of like the Phoenix lights.
I've seen weird lights in the sky, and that's trippy. If I actually saw a ship, like if I saw a black triangle, if I saw anything like that,
yeah,
we gotta be careful. People are gonna think we're in the Illuminati if you keep doing this.
Well, we're definitely not.
There's an episode there.
Illuminati.
You can do that one. You get the assassination.
Yeah, right.
You know, we were asked in our Instagram. This was like early on, like 3-4 months in the podcast.
Yeah.
Somebody reached out to us on like a fake account. Was like, "Do you want to join the Illuminati?" Something. And obviously,
hell yeah, brother.
It's obviously trolling and it's spam, but
yeah.
I think we did say no.
Yeah.
Would you join now?
Sure. No, I mean no, probably not. I mean, I think there are varying degrees of realness to that situation.
Then I think you should do it.
Oh, okay.
You need you need that big groundbreaking episode, don't you? Like the
the Illuminati episode?
Illuminati.
I could do that. I could do that Thursday.
That's in 2 days.
Yeah.
No, and you need more than 2 days of research.
I do.
That's how I felt about Roswell. Like, I'd love to do Roswell, but you need more than 2 days.
That's how I feel about Golf Breeze too. I feel like I need to buy that.
You
book.
need to do an Alien though. I feel like I'm just gonna keep doing them.
Mm.
You're like the Alien guy, and I feel like I'm the one that keeps chipping away at him.
I know.
You just gotta do it. Pour your heart into it.
Okay.
Put Steph. Like, hey, listen.
I need a couple days.
I need a couple days to knock this Alien stuff out, and then.
Yeah. Okay, that'll go well.
Yeah, that
Can I sleep here?
Yeah, there's like 4 beds over there. There's a new one. I don't know if you noticed.
I did see it.
It's a crib bed. It's a crib.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, any other thoughts on the UFOs, the weird noises, volcanoes? I appreciate everybody who reached out and said they enjoyed it. I know it's a detour from our normal topics, but I enjoyed it. It was fun to do. A little bit of variety. I guarantee. Not a bunch of paranormal podcasts are doing that. You know what I did see? I just saw last podcast did the Berwyn Mountain.
I was gonna tell you I liked ours a lot better. I thought they just lost a lot of focus on it.
You might be biased, but I appreciate that.
No, I couldn't follow their consciousness.
It's funny because, like, there's episodes like everybody does Annabelle, everybody does Mothman, everyone does like the Flatwoods Monster, but sometimes you'll do like a little bit of a random episode. And then when you see another podcast do it, you're kind of like, oh, it's mine.
I know.
That's my episode. But then, like 2 seconds later, you're like, stop. But there's like that moment where you see another podcast promoting like a topic and you're like
a dog with a bone. You're like,
mine.
oh.
Yeah.
All right.
and then you listen to it and you're like, damn, that was good. Or you're like, yeah, they lost focus. But not that we have a ton of time to be listening to other people's podcasts. Spending all this time, Donovan Mitchell. Ooh! I'm excited. But I can't even watch it because we got more stuff to do.
We do.
But we are gonna jump off. We got like 5 more things to record tonight. But I'm excited about it. It's getting warmer. We're gonna be in a studio soon. Might be outside soon. Maybe next week. Maybe on Tuesday. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. But everybody, thank you so much for listening to today's episode and for coming to hang out with us today. As always, go Cavs, and we will catch you next week.